boys that have endured into adulthood. Residing in the great state of Michigan is
William Stutts Jr.
Welcome to the show, Will. Will, what is your current occupation?
Currently, my occupation is in the transportation industry. I work with Golden Limousine International. They have a contract with the Ann Arbor Area Transit Authority, and I drive for a service called Flex Ride, which serves mainly for me the Pittsfield Township area. That takes most of my time, but I also do other services for the company as needed.
All right, Will, and we have something in common. That's the topic of our podcast today. What is it?
We share a birthday.
Cue the birthday music. Welcome, everybody, to the 12th episode of You're Still Doing That, where everyday people talk about the things they did as kids that they still do today. And our topic today is birthdays, because Will and I share the same birthday. As my family says, welcome to the show, Crazy Uncle Will. Will and I share the same birthday. What is our birthday, Will?
Our birthday that we share is July 23rd.
And since we've been having birthdays, since we've been kids, it's a great topic for our podcast today. This year on my birthday, I will be turning 47. Will, how many birthdays will July 23rd make for you?
I will be your elder by 2 years as I reach the 49th lap around the sun.
Ooh, 49th lap. You're almost to that halfway mark. At least we all hope we are to the halfway mark anyway.
I'm closer to the AARP card.
That's right. All right, Will, what are your birthday plans this year?
Well, my birthday plans this year are that I am doing a gig, actually. I'm helping out a friend of mine who I was in a quartet with. I sing barbershop music. And I will be up this weekend in Charlevoix, Michigan, which is up near the top, near Traverse City, near the top of the Lower Peninsula, where they have the Venetian Festival, where they have a huge festival all week, and it's and the finale is boats with Christmas lights. They used to do it with candle lights back in the day, but that and a big fireworks show they have there.
Nice.
My actual birthday on Sunday actually will be a travel day. Coming back, I think I'll have maybe a trio of my quartet rehearsal. But Sunday about 5, I'm planning to have some friends over at Fraser's Pub, one of my favorite haunts in Ann Arbor.
Nice.
Yeah, to round out the start of lap 49.
Yeah. If anybody watches Ted Lasso, that's exactly what Will's going to do: is go down to the pub and celebrate with friends, like our forefathers used to do. For my birthday this year, normally we have a family dinner, so I think we'll be eating dinner this year. I think I picked Ruby Tuesdays since it's in town and it's my birthday, but I'd have to drive anyway, so I don't really want to go out of town. And they supposed to have a good lemon dessert, so that's why we're headed there. And I'll probably check out the movies during the day, since that's always one of my favorite things to do, is to head to the movies. Will, what movie do you think I'm going to see on Sunday?
Well, the two that are opening this weekend, Barbie or Oppenheimer. I think for time and not 3 hours, you will probably pick the more popcorn experience of Barbie. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be deeper than you think, I keep hearing. And Oppenheimer maybe for another day. I definitely want to try and catch both. I don't know when, but I definitely will try and catch hopefully in the next couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, we're definitely going to make sure our roots are dyed and go catch Barbie on Sunday. Yeah, and it looks like it's going to be fun. Looks like they've, hopefully have a lot of depth to it. Margot Robbie and what's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
That's right, Ryan Gosling. And you've also got Shang-Chi himself, in there as well. I'm excited to see him in there.
And of course, I can't think of his name as soon as you said it.
Yes, I know. That's terrible. I'm terrible with names. And of course, the director, Miss Greta
Gerwig.
Gerwig. Yeah, I'm terrible with names. Yeah, I'm excited. Did you see the Barbie trailer where they did the throwback to like 2001?
I thought that was brilliant.
Oh, dude! As soon as I saw that, I was like, I want to see this movie. This looks serious. I loved it. I like how it's all original. Like it seems like it's all new kind of stuff. That's what makes me excited.
Well, I don't know why. Well, thinking of movies on our birthday, one movie that premiered on our birthday, I did not watch it when it came out, but it's revered as one of the worst movies ever. Catwoman with Halle Berry came out on our birthday years ago.
Yeah, I did see it, and I don't remember a thing about it other than Halle Berry was in it with a cat suit. That would be something to go back, is to see what movies premiered on July 23rd.
Yeah.
That might be next year's podcast. Birthday. Maybe we'll get Haney on there. So, Haney, if you're listening, you're still getting called out even though you're not on here.
Yes, we have a shared person who is 3 years my junior, so a year after Matt,
Yep.
who wasn't available for this podcast, but we'd love to celebrate with him. Make sure we send a text to him, maybe give him a call.
And I did ask one person to be on the podcast, but their publicist has never responded to my emails. So if Daniel Radcliffe ever hears this, you were asked to be, because he is at July 23rd as well. Maybe just a scotch more well-known than Will and I, but he is more than invited.
a skosh, yes, far more known than us.
That's right. All right. So let's set the stage for everybody. Other than Will and myself, Will being born and bred Sanfordian, right?
As far as I know, born and bred right in San.
And I moved when I was 11. I was 11 when we moved to Sanford, 1987. That's when I came to Sanford. Will, this isn't the topic of this podcast, so maybe we won't talk too long. How did we meet? What is your first memory of myself?
I would have to say it has to be marching band.
Yep.
If it was before that, it's kind of, look, I'm almost 50.
It would be before marching band, yeah. And definitely high school marching band.
Yeah, definitely high school marching band. You were a slender, bespeckled, blonde, full of hair individual.
Full of hair. Right.
And I think it was just band. I was just trying to remember. And I don't remember when I figured out that you lived somewhat close by, over maybe about three miles or so from the house, maybe.
Yeah, we live fairly close to each other.
Yeah. Marching band.
My first memory of you, of course, is marching band. But I remember you as intimidating when I was a freshman, because you would have this. Will played clarinet, and whenever our paths would cross on the field, you had this stone, like cold killer look on your face. You were so into it, playing and marching and going right through. You were on it. You were not being phased whatsoever. Somebody could have shot a gun next to you and you would not have known. You were staring at the drum major and so intent on what you're doing. And I was like, oh.
Well, definitely how intimidating a clarinet can be.
That's right.
That's, I'm probably picturing myself with, my haircut with the lines, the lines cut into my forehead. I had all that back in the day. I still can have that intensity, game face, shall we say.
Game face, yeah. That's what definitely you had game face. That's for sure.
I apologize if I was intimidating. I didn't mean to be. It's just I was in the zone.
You were the veteran and I was a rookie, so. But I also have pleasant memories later on after I got to at least be around you more, because I marched right next to Mark Wiggle, if you happen to listen, Mark. And you and Mark were good friends, and so you would come over and mess around with Mark, and then that lightened your stance a little bit for me because you guys would goof around.
Yeah, Mark's good people.
Yeah.
It's always he's like one of my. I mean, he came in. What about? He came in my junior year, I believe, but we became fast friends, and I'd go over his house on Cross Street. Did you ever play basketball at his place?
No, I know. No, you guys were just a little older, so our friendship paths didn't really
Oh, okay,
mix at the
not
time.
at that
We didn't
point,
really
but
mix until after we were all out of high school.
oh, okay.
All right, so let's get back onto this birthday business. Will, what is your first memory of your birthday? What's the first birthday memory you can think back to?
I don't remember the year, and one memory that comes into mind is a Polaroid. Yes, the Instagram before
That's
Instagram,
right.
Polaroid. We had to shake it to get it to work. Um, I remember.
Shake it.
I think it was my party because I think I remember it being warm and in the I I guess you would call it the dining area. I mean, our house wasn't like super big or anything, but there's a picture of a long table and all the kids around it, and I think there was a birthday cake there.
Yeah,
And I sort of am maybe piecing together, oh, that may have been for me, and
right.
stuff. That's the one that is probably uh, my birthday. That's probably the earliest. I would guesstimate probably before age of 5, probably maybe
Yeah.
3, somewhere around there.
Yeah, my first one is my grandma Miller. She always would make like animal cakes for us on our birthday in the shape of an animal. And she made this elephant cake. And when she brought it out, everybody was waiting to see my response. So they were bringing the cake out for Matt. And I guess I was little, probably 4 or 5, but it was covered in coconut. And I hate coconut. It's the worst thing ever, man. And I remember looking at it, and it was covered in coconut. And I remember my mother's face because I must have looked at her, and she was gave me that look like, "You better say you like it and it looks good, or that's going to be it." That's the first birthday I think I remember is that elephant cake, and my grandma made.
Well, actually, thinking of cakes, my current lead in my quartet, his wife, some years ago now, has made me some cakes on my birthday. One that I'm looking at right now is cake made with buttercream frosting. I tell you, that is
Nice.
good. And
Yeah.
it's got like a unicorn that's covering like 3/4 of the. I know this is a podcast, but that's what it
Nice. I
looks
love it. Yeah,
like.
if you could see it, that is a groovy unicorn.
Yeah,
That is
and
straight out of
stuff.
My Little Pony, sir. I love it.
Yeah. Now I want to say
That's super
maybe it
good,
was 20.
actually.
Oh no, it was rather really tasty. But the one that I'm trying to find was something that's a reference to what I do sometimes. Let me see. Oh, it's not right that way. It's almost there.
And Will, you can send me a couple of those pictures. We'll put it up when our podcast posts.
Okay. I'm trying to find the one. There was one time where my birthday was maybe a day after my birthday, but I went to my usual chorus rehearsal in Ypsilanti Township some years ago, and the same wife made a regular cake, and then the other one was a taco cake that looked like a taco.
All right.
And the reason why it was a taco is I teach a tag called tacos. They have meat, lots of meat, and
It sounds
and it's a
classy.
Paul O'Gean. Yeah, it's a Paul O'Gean tag, and it's a cute tag, and
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll save this for a later podcast because I definitely want Will to talk about it. But Will is a world renowned singer, and his current
oh,
profession, well, side profession, I should say, is that he leads a men's chorus, but he is also well known in the barbershop community. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, barbershop exists, and it is live and kicking like you wouldn't believe. And he's got award winning quartets that he's been a part of. So when you hear Will talk about tags, that's the ending of a tune, and that barbershoppers love to sing and get around, like other people might talk sports or movies. They're going to get around and they're going to sing the ending to famous songs, and those are called tags. But we will get into
Oh,
that in your podcast. I definitely want to talk barbershop at some point.
oh, here it is. Here it is. It's what year was it? I have to, but here it is. So I don't know if you can tell. So she made two cakes. One of them has the lyrics of the tag, and then let me slide it over, and then the taco
Yes,
cake
I see it.
she made.
I love it. She must like to make decorative cakes. That must be something she enjoys because that unicorn was pretty impressive.
Yeah, she's a very good baker. Actually, when we go to rehearsals at Zach's place, sometimes she'll say, like, I like to say, I have some cookies that she gave me last week. It's like, here's some chocolate chip cookies with some sprinkles.
Right.
Sure, okay. So I mean, I guess they're eating pretty good over there and stuff. But actually, thinking of birthday real quick while I'm thinking about it, there are some things that you can do in Ann Arbor for free on your birthday. Most places
Will
now
is
want you to
king
be
of
part of their
figuring
group
out
and
what
everything.
you can do free for your birthday, ladies and gentlemen. So
Yeah.
take these notes because this might apply wherever you live too.
Well, Google is awesome, but like in the coming week, Moe's Southwest Grill. If you have a Moe's Southwest Grill, if you're part of their program, their rewards program, you can get a free burrito
No.
during that. Um,
Mo's.
I think on the day of Denny's, they might still do a free breakfast for you. One of my favorite places, I won't be able to go this year, but Northside Grill in Ann Arbor, Michigan, just north of the U of M hospital, you get a free entree on the day of your birthday. And I think this is from a few years ago. Nice, always get an omelet with some hash browns and a good old biscuit, orange juice and everything. So yeah, if you just probably say birthday deals in your town, you can see what's going on. There's lots of places with free desserts or something. Maybe you still have to buy something. Of course, they want you to do something. But yeah, hey man, live it up, gain the weight.
That's right. Well, it's a day to cheat, that's for sure. All right, Will.
Yeah.
Do you have any? What's the weirdest thing you remember about any of your birthdays? You have a birthday where, looking back as an adult, you're like, man, that was kind of strange. Why do we do that?
Well, I don't. Well, if you're talking about weird, one that is somewhat recently, maybe 2016. The reason why I think it's weird is that as you know,
Yeah, go ahead.
do you want me to?
You
Okay.
can.
Do you want me to?
Well, we'll keep it in there because it's kind of funny. My Ollie came in, and we just got a Ring like doorbell camera on Amazon Prime deals. Hey, Ollie. And so Chrissy's got it hooked up to our Alexa, but of course, since Chrissy has learned to speak French, Alexa now speaks French. So if you couldn't understand that gibberish you just heard,
I just heard something
French that somebody is at the front door.
I just heard something go on. So it's not so much childhood, but one that is semi-recent. In 2016, that festival that I told you that I was going to, well, the first time that I did that festival was actually on my birthday for the Venetian Festival. And we stroll and we sing for people that are on at the boats and stuff. Well, eventually we went in for dinner at one of the local restaurants. Of course, it's busy and everything. And my lead's sister looks over to me and goes, "Do you want a horny monk?" Excuse me? Kind of, I don't know you very well, but that's kind of interesting to ask.
Right.
Because no, it's like not like a Guinness, but sort of dark ale sort of thing. And as you know, I'm just not a big, huge partaker of the spirits, shall we say? But I decided, you know what, let me give it a try because I'm not driving anywhere. So, I'll be
Right.
fine.
And it's your
I
birthday.
started to drink it, and I'm not really big in alcohol, but anytime I don't like alcohol, I typically will down it really quick. And let me tell you,
I bet so.
things got pretty relaxed. And I was like, hey, that was the only thing I was like drunk, but I was feeling really good. Even with all the food that I had, I was like, so relaxed. So yes, but that's one of the stranger things, I guess. I know that seems probably kind of vanilla, but
Oh,
that's one thing
no.
that comes to mind.
One birthday party that I had that sticks out is I was supposed to have a party, I guess it was middle school, and it was going to be like Legos and Nintendo. Because my parents had gotten me a Nintendo for Christmas when we first moved here. I guess they felt guilty for moving me all the way across the country from California to here. And so there was one Christmas where there was just a mound of guilt gifts, is what I, as an adult looking back at it, is what it was. So they probably felt bad. But I'm supposed to have a Nintendo party and Legos, and I had this little old TV that it went out like the morning of that party, like the TV died, and so my parents were forced to go out, and I think we may have gone to Radio Shack when those were still around.
Oh yeah.
But we bought they had to buy a new TV because that was my whole birthday party, and I was super
Oh
excited.
shoot.
And we played Donkey Kong and Dig Dug and all of those old games. So that's a good party that sticks out for me. Um, Will, what would be like if you were to plan your birthday now? What would be like the one thing you would want to do?
Well, before I got a call from Jamie to go do the gig in Charlevoix, I usually try and keep it simple. Like last year, um, did some golf.
Okay,
If I
I
had
love it.
to,
Yes.
yeah, golf. But if one thing that I might do maybe in the future is that I'm not. So here in Michigan, when you look at a map of Michigan and I don't know if this podcast can't see it, but if you take your right hand and look at your right hand and you make this sort of thing, that is the Lower Peninsula. And the thumb, anything past the thumb, I consider what we call up north. It's kind of like in North Carolina, you say, hey, I'm going to the beach or the Outer Banks. That's their getaway,
Right.
sort of thing. Or like, the forested Hamptons, shall we say. But there's a lot of really, really good golf courses up there. It's expensive, like resorts and stuff. But maybe take a day and go up there and go to somewhere I've never been and just kind of chill out. I really haven't spent time in Traverse City or anything, but maybe go somewhere that I haven't been or haven't been in a while. Like a couple years ago, even though it isn't golf, I went with some friends to Chicago uh, during a time when it's not bitterly cold,
Right.
and took the train. The train goes from Ann Arbor, or at least stops in Ann Arbor from Detroit area, and goes straight over to Chicago. It's about a 4 hour train ride, and yeah. Um, Usually golf or travel or something like that. Just kind of just chilling.
Mine's usually I always want to go to the movies on my birthday. That's my big thing. Go and see a movie and have some kind of lemon dessert. Uh, Definitely lemon meringue pie. That's been one of my favorites. So they made one for me one year, but I think it was so laborious that I don't make them do the lemon meringue pies anymore. I think they
Yeah,
make
I I I'm not a big huge lemon guy, but if someone would fix it for me, good old don't have to be fancy, but banana pudding,
Oh yeah, we've
that
had
would be
that in
good.
spades here in North Carolina. I don't know if
Yeah,
they have a lot of banana pudding up in Michigan.
I have to make it. Now I make it like MacGyver style. I mean, it just
Right?
basically I get cheap vanilla pudding. Uh, but I've been smart about it though. Is that when you get a half gallon, you get 4 boxes of uh, vanilla pudding,
Yeah.
and you can do 4 servings. Like do it, make it, I put in the freezer for a bit, put the bananas and everything, and you have that as your own serving, and then
Right.
that way, because I always get ice cream, which is my favorite. It's always and it's easy. You
Yeah.
don't have to make anything, but if I want to switch it, that'd be a nice switch hit is to get banana pudding for
Well,
the
the next time
birthday.
you're in North Carolina, I know what to get you.
Uh,
Some banana pudding. I bet
yes.
you that's something whenever you come back. I bet you find some place.
Well, there is a place here that has banana pudding shake. It's at Savvy
Yeah.
Sliders. It's close. It ain't all the way there, but at least it's a facsimile thereof for that. But yeah, those are enjoyable. Um, but yeah, it's getting all the free stuff is always nice, as I mentioned earlier. Uh, it's a lot to pack in.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Right. Because there's been some years you've sent a list of all the different places you've gone to get your free birthday, whatever. And by the end of the day, it sounded like you got 8 or 9 meals.
Yeah, and my annexation of space, as my belly gets bigger, is a testament of that. Well, just a little bit of trivia for us, not trivia, but some, fun fact. If you go by most zodiac stuff, and I'm not a huge practitioner, but we are cusp children, at least
We
me
are
anyway.
children.
Yes, we are on the edge of Cancer going into Leo. Some Leo, they might say July 22nd, most are 23rd, at least the ones that I've seen. But it's kind of interesting that we're both on the same day, but personality wise, there are some similarities, but I'm probably far more, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, I'm far
Okay.
more gregarious at times or
Oh
just
my goodness.
intense.
If you've ever gone out to eat with William Stutts, that's for sure. Now, I do say I was supposed to have been born on July 20th, but the hospital, when my mom was pregnant, made her sit in labor for like 3 days before I was born back in 1976. They wouldn't do that anymore today. So I wasn't supposed to be a Leo. I was supposed to be a Cancer. At least that's what I was trying to be, was a Cancer.
Well,
And
also you were in California. You also have a California vibe, which is far more chill than me.
yes,
Uh,
yeah, I appreciate that you say I'm a California. Will, thanks for being on the show. Stay tuned when Will is back on the podcast talking about all things barbershop. I definitely want to make that an episode when you've got some more time to talk. Will's been singing his whole life, and this podcast can't wait to get his whole story. It might be the longest episode ever, depending on how Will wants to talk. If you've been around Will, then it might be an Oppenheimer conversation to date. Today's episode. Will, have a good birthday.
you too, sir.
Yep, I hope you find all the deals and have all the fun. I'll let you know how Barbie is if you don't see it before I do.
Oh, you'll see it before I do. I'm not going to have any chance this weekend
Um,
to do anything.
all
I
right,
might,
remember.
I might see it Tuesday, maybe because Tuesday is discount night.
Yeah, it's
at
discount day
10.
for us too. We like to go on Tuesdays. So remember, folk, makes you happy and do it. There's a lot of life out there to live. Take time to enjoy it. Everybody have a good week and have a good birthday if yours is coming up too.
It's your birthday.